let's talk about something called the law of the single point. And I'll give you a heads up, it might just completely flip how you think about hard work. So, let's be honest for a second. Have you ever had one of those days? You know the feeling. You're completely drained, you've been on for like 12 hours straight, but when you finally look up, the big, important stuff, it's exactly where you left it that morning.
And that's the trap, isn't it? You're exhausted. Your brain feels like a browser with 100 tabs open. You tell yourself, hey, I worked hard today. But deep down, you've got that nagging feeling that all you did was run in place. It's the absolute worst. All of the motion with none of the progress.
To really get to the bottom of why this happens, I want to tell you a quick story about a craftsman named Elias. You can think of it as a little parable for anyone who feels stuck in their own busyness.
Now here's the thing you have to understand about Elias. The guy was not lazy. In fact, it was the opposite. He was the first one in, last one out kind of person. He prided himself on juggling a dozen different projects, always hustling.
But if you actually walked into his workshop, you wouldn't see a gallery of masterpieces. You'd see a graveyard of good intentions. A half-finished cabinet over here, a beautiful clock with no gears over there, sketches just collecting dust. It was a room filled with the ghosts of what could have been.
And then came the moment it all came to a head. A loyal client, someone who trusted him for years, came in. The desk he ordered wasn't gone, of course, and the client didn't even yell. He just said this quiet, devastating thing. It was about more than a deadline. It was about trust just evaporating into thin air.
And right then, Elias had this gut punch of a realization. All his busyness, all his working, it wasn't productivity. It was avoidance. He was using the frantic motion of starting things as a way to escape the scary, difficult feeling of actually finishing one.
So, completely lost, Elias goes to see the old lighthouse keeper, a guy named Mr. Harmon, who was known for his wisdom. And what Mr. Harmon shows him next, well, this is the entire reason we're here today.
So Mr. Harmon doesn't give him some long lecture. He just takes out a magnifying glass and a piece of paper. You can see it right here. When he moves the glass around, scattering the sunlight, nothing happens. The paper stays cool. All that energy is there, but it's useless. But then, he holds the glass perfectly still. He focuses all of that light onto one single tiny point, and boom, it catches fire.
And this right here is the whole secret. Think about it. Nothing else changed. The sun was the same. The paper was the same. The glass was the same. The only variable that changed was focus. The power to create fire was there all along. It just had to be concentrated.
And that's when Mr. Harmon explained that we all get discipline wrong. We think it's this magical feeling of motivation that we have to wait for. But it's not a feeling, it's a system. He described it as a rope that you build, one tiny, thin thread at a time, until it's strong enough to pull you wherever you need to go.
So, okay, how do you actually build this rope? He gave Elias these 3 threads. First, the fixed time. You pick a power hour and you show up every single day, especially when you don't feel like it. Second, the small promise. Just commit to finishing one tiny piece of the puzzle in that hour. That's how you build momentum. And third, and this is huge, you have to remove the leaks. Your phone goes in another room. The extra browser tabs get closed. You make it impossible to get distracted.
All right, enough about the story. Let's make this real for you. We're going to turn this parable into a concrete workflow you can literally start using tomorrow.
And just remember the core idea here. Your problem isn't a lack of talent or energy or potential. Your problem is that you keep moving the magnifying glass. You never let your attention rest on one spot long enough to make an impact.
So here it is, your 30-day playbook. Step 1. Tonight, I want you to pick that one big, scary task you've been putting off. You know the one. Step 2. Tomorrow, you're going to set a timer for it, a non-negotiable time. No phone, no distractions. Step 3. You work for exactly 45 minutes. That's it. Then you stop, even if you're on a roll. Mark an X on the calendar. And step 4, you do it again the next day. For 30 days, the goal isn't to create a masterpiece. The goal is to not break the chain. You're building the rope. And what happened to Elias? Well, he went back to his workshop, he closed the door, and for the first time in years, he picked one project and he held his focus on that single point until it caught fire.
And that was the game changer for him. He finally understood. Success isn't measured in the thousands of hours you clock in. It's measured in the handful of hours you spend in a state of total absolute focus. One of those hours is worth more than a whole week of being busy.
I'm going to leave you with this last thought from the story, because it really stuck with me. It's a pretty sobering reminder of what these distracted days actually cost us.
Every day you spend just spinning your wheels, well, you can't get that day back. It leaves a little hole in your potential.
So, I'll ask you one last time. What is your unfinished cabinet? What is that one task you've been avoiding? Find it. Give it 1 hour of your undivided attention. Just stop moving the glass and see what happens.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.